Loom and Leaf and Leesa, two very popular mattresses, but which one should you get? Today I'm going to be telling you the pros and cons of each, the similarities between the two, the differences, and who should get one over the other, so stay tuned. All right, before we get started, are you leaning towards one over the other? Let me know in the comments, and let me know anything I can do in the comments of how I can help you make a better decision. Let's get started by talking about what's similar between these two mattresses. Number one, they're both very popular, very good customer service, very customer friendly policies, things like sleep night trials, return policies, things of that nature. They both contain memory foam, so Leesa has it in the second layer. Loom and Leaf has the top two layers of memory foam. They're also in the same firmness range. I put both at about a 6.5 out of 10. All right, now let's talk about what's different between these two mattresses. There's actually a pretty big price difference. So for a queen, the Loom and Leaf is gonna run you about $450 more expensive for a queen than the Leesa is. There's also gonna be materials differences. So the Leesa is about 10 inches in total, got 2 inches of a soft latex-like proprietary layer called LSA 200, over 2 inches of memory foam, then a base layer. Loom and Leaf is 12 inches in total, got a quilted cover with a little bit of foam in there, 2 inches of gel memory foam, then 2.5 inches of more memory foam, high density memory foam, then a transition layer, then a base layer. So because of that, there's gonna be some feel differences. The Leesa is gonna be more of a kind of a balanced foam feel overall, kind of combines latex and memory foam-like qualities in one mattress, whereas Loom and Leaf is gonna be more of a true memory foam feel. All right, now let's talk about the construction of both mattresses and see what the differences are. Starting with the Leesa, 10 inches in total, we have a base layer, then memory foam 2 inches, and then 2 inches of LSA 200, which is a latex-like soft proprietary layer, proprietary to Leesa. Overall, it kind of combines latex and memory foam-like qualities. You get a lot of the benefits of memory foam without some of the drawbacks like sinking in too much, getting stuck, or sleeping hot. We have the Loom and Leaf now, 12 inches in total. We have a quilted cover, then we have 2 inches of gel memory foam, 2.5 inches of high density memory foam underneath that, transition layer, then a base layer. So true memory foam feel from the Loom and Leaf. There's gonna be some initial firmness, and then the memory foam is gonna kind of slowly kick in, contour to the curves of your body. That's the feel that you get there, whereas Leesa has more of a kind of a balanced feel overall. You do have memory foam in there, but it's a little bit easier to move around, so you really need to know the type of feel that you wanna get. I'll say the Loom and Leaf is more substantial, definitely costs more, you get more out of it. It's gonna be a little bit more durable. I would say they're about the same as far as breathability is concerned, but the main difference is the type of feel that you want to get. All right, now let's talk about differences in firmness and feel. As far as firmness is concerned, I put both at about a 6.5 out of 10. It's about the same firmness. They work a little bit differently in that the Loom and Leaf feels a little bit firmer initially and then kind of softens up as the memory foam gets to work. There's gonna be some feel differences here though. So the Leesa has more of a balanced feel overall. So you get latex and memory foam-like qualities in a mattress. It's gonna be a little bit easier to move around. There's gonna be some bounce to it as well. If you dropped a lacrosse ball, for example, it would kind of bounce right up there, which wouldn't happen on the Loom and Leaf, which is really just that true memory foam feel. A little bit of firmness initially, and then kind of that quick sandy feel where you slowly sink into the mattress. That's what you get with the Loom and Leaf. All right, now I'm going to talk through how I feel in different sleeping positions on both mattresses. Starting on my back on the Leesa, pretty good match for me. It allows my hips to sink in, but not too much. About the right firmness as well for back sleeping. The Loom and Leaf, a very good match for me as well. I would say I'd probably give a slight preference to the Leesa. I think just having that much memory foam on the Loom and Leaf is probably a little bit too much for back sleeping. So just a slight preference for Leesa there. On my side, on the Leesa, pretty good match for me. I feel a little bit of firmness, but overall I feel pretty good on my side. On the Loom and Leaf, there's a little bit of initial firmness and then it kind of softens up. So I'd probably actually prefer the Loom and Leaf for side sleeping. Switching onto my stomach now, on the Leesa, definitely feel like it's a little bit too soft. And I feel the same way about Loom and Leaf. So I would say if you're just a stomach sleeper, I'd probably look elsewhere. At Mattress Clarity, you're going to see some of our subjective opinions, but we also give you some objective tests. One test we really like is a pressure map test. Shows you exactly how well each mattress relieves pressure. I get down on my back, side, and stomach. You see anywhere from blue to no pressure, all the way up to red to high pressure. So if we throw up the side sleeping results here, which is what really matters, you'll see a little bit of red underneath my shoulder on the Leesa. That's kind of consistent with my experience. I think that the Loom and Leaf does just a little bit better job for me at relieving pressure on my side. That's what's shown here.
Hey guys, Martin here to offer a different perspective. Joe's 5'9", 160. I'm 6'7", 230. I'm a larger person and I want to give my experience with these two mattresses. So today we had the Loom and Leaf mattress and the Leesa mattress. In terms of firmness, I said the Loom and Leaf was a 7.5 out of 10. The Leesa here was a 6.5 out of 10. Now in terms of sleeping positions, over on the Loom and Leaf on my back, not quite supported enough for me. So my hips sinking, it's a little bit too far. It's a little bit too soft for me there. On my side, really great pressure relief. It's a little firm at first, how it does soften up. Great pressure relief for my shoulders and my hips. On my stomach though, not quite supportive enough for me. I am boning at the hips there somewhat. So on the Leesa here, on my back, really great overall support. My hips sink in, not too far. On my side, good pressure relief overall, so nice pressure relief for my shoulders and my hips. On my stomach, definitely too soft for me. So I think if you're a heavier person like myself, you sleep on your back, I lean towards the Leesa. If you're a heavier side sleeper, I think both could work for you. If you're a heavier stomach sleeper, I would look for a firmer mattress overall.
If you sleep with a partner, there's two additional things you're going to want to consider when looking at a mattress. That's motion transfer and edge support. Motion transfer is basically, if your partner's moving around on that side of the bed, is that motion going to be isolated or transfer over to you, possibly wake you up at night? Edge support is basically, can you sit or sleep towards the edge of the bed without feeling like you're going to fall off? As far as motion transfer is concerned, I would give Loom and Leaf the advantage here. It has 4.5 inches of memory foam, does a very good job of isolating motion. As far as edge support is concerned, I would also give Loom and Leaf the slight advantage, just does a little bit better of a job at preventing that rolling off the bed feeling. All right, now the moment you've all been waiting for, which one of these two mattresses should you get? As far as who should get the Loom and Leaf, I think it's the more substantial mattress. You definitely get more out of it. It's thicker overall, has more of a luxury feel. So if you have the budget for it, I do think you get more out of it. I think it's a more appropriate pick for side sleepers. Our pressure map test showed that it does relieve pressure a little bit better. It's probably just given all that memory foam that's in there, that high density memory foam. Great job at relieving pressure, great for side sleepers. And if you really want a memory foam feel, kind of that quick sandy, slow sinking in feel, that's definitely what you get with the Loom and Leaf. As far as who should get the Leesa, if you really just can't decide between the two, you can save $450 by going with the Leesa. It's definitely more of a budget-friendly pick. So if you really can't decide, go with the Leesa. I think it's a more appropriate pick for back sleepers as well. It's kind of a tough call, but I would say go with the Leesa if you're a back sleeper. Then also, if you want a balanced foam feel that kind of combines latex and memory foam-like qualities in one mattress, I would go with the Leesa over the Loom and Leaf in that case. All right, that's basically it. Hopefully I've given you a good overview of the pros and cons of each, the similarities and differences between the two. If you're still a little bit confused, definitely just leave a comment below, or I can even give you a personal recommendation. Tell me a little bit of information about yourself in the comments below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you're just getting started on your mattress buying journey, definitely check out mattressklarity.com. If you want to see a full list of our top picks, simply Google Mattress Clarity Best Mattress. Once again, let me know if you have any questions.